Hi there. Hi. How are you? How are you doing? Listen, I know that times are really tough right now, and I know that it feels like the world is just falling around us. But those are only feelings, and while feelings are valid, they don't last forever. The pain, the sadness, the grief, it only lingers for a little while, and then it's okay. But in the meantime, when we're feeling like this, we can find ways to make ourselves feel better. And today, I thought that maybe you and I could just read some books together. I know that when I was a kid, and maybe when you were, that there was always a comfort in a good storybook. And I don't know if you had the childhood that you wanted, or that looking back as an adult you imagined you would have had. But if you did or didn't, let today, let this moment just be a minute for you to breathe, to close yourself off from the world. Let yourself know that you are safe, and that you are loved, and that it is okay to stop just for a moment. Let yourself have this moment. Okay. Now, how about first we read a book? I have a few ones here that I think you'll like. But I think first we're gonna read one. It's pretty classic. Me and you and I are gonna read one that I think you're gonna enjoy, okay? This is The Little Engine That Could by Watty Piper. Now, like I said, just sit back, relax. You don't have to look at the pictures if you don't want to. Just let yourself be in this moment, okay? Okay. Chug, chug, puff, puff, ding dong, ding dong. The little train rumbled over the tracks. She was a happy little train, for she had such a jolly load to carry. Her cars were filled full of good things for boys and girls. There were toy animals, giraffes with long necks, teddy bears with almost no necks at all, and even a baby elephant. And there were dolls with blue eyes and yellow curls, dolls with brown eyes and brown bobbed heads, and the funniest little toy clown you ever saw. And there were cars full of toy engines, airplanes, tops, jackknives, picture puzzles, books, and every kind of thing boys or girls could want. But that was not all. Some of the cars were filled with all sorts of good things for boys and girls to eat. Big golden oranges, red-cheeked apples, bottles of creamy milk for their breakfasts, fresh spinach for their dinners, peppermint drops, and lollipops for after-meal treats. The little train was carrying all of these wonderful things to the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain. She puffed along merrily, then all of a sudden, she stopped with a jerk. She simply could not go another inch. She tried and she tried, but her wheels would not turn. What were all those good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain going to do without the wonderful toys to play with and the good food to eat. Here comes a shiny new engine, said the funny little clown who jumped out of the train. Let us ask him to help us. So all the dolls and toys cried out together, "Please, shiny new engine, won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the shiny new engine snorted, "I pull you? I am a passenger train. I have just carried a fine big train over the mountain with more cars than you ever dreamed of. My train had sleeping cars with comfortable berths, a dining car where waiters bring whatever hungry people want to eat, and parlor cars in which people sit in soft armchairs and look out of big plate glass windows. I pull the likes of you? Indeed not." And off he steamed to the roundhouse, where engines live when they are not busy. How sad the little train and all the dolls and toys felt. Then the little clown called out, "The passenger engine is not the only one in the world. Here is another engine coming, a great big strong one. Let us ask him to help us." The little toy clown waved his flag, and the big strong engine came to a stop. "Please, oh please, big engine," cried all the dolls and toys together. "Won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the good little boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the big strong engine bellowed, "I am a freight train. I have just pulled a big train loaded with big machines over the mountain. These machines print books and newspapers for grown-ups to read. I am a very important engine indeed. I won't pull the likes of you." And the freight engine puffed off indignantly to the roundhouse. The little train and all the dolls and toys were very sad. "Cheer up," cried the little toy clown. "The freight engine is not the only one in the world. Here comes another. He looks very old and tired, but our train is so little, perhaps he can help us." So the little toy clown waved his flag, and the dingy, rusty old engine stopped. "Please, kind engine," cried all the dolls and toys together, "won't you please pull our train over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us." But the rusty old engine sighed, "I am so tired. I must rest my weary wheels. I cannot pull even so little a train as yours over the mountain. I cannot, I cannot, I cannot." And off he rumbled to the roundhouse chugging, "I cannot, I cannot, I cannot." Then indeed the little train was very, very sad, and the dolls and toys were ready to cry. But the little clown called out, "Here is another engine coming, a little blue engine, a very little one. Maybe she will help us." The very little engine came chugging merrily along. When she saw the toy clown's flag, she stopped quickly. "What is the matter, my friends?" she asked kindly. "Oh, little blue engine," cried the dolls and toys, "will you pull us over the mountain? Our engine is broken down, and the good boys and girls on the other side won't have any toys to play with or good food to eat unless you help us. Please, please help us, little blue engine." "I'm not very big," said the little blue engine. "They use me only for switching trains in the yard. I have never been over the mountain." "But we must get over the mountain before the children awake," said all the dolls and toys. The very little engine looked up and saw the tears in the dolls' eyes, and she thought of the good little boys and girls on the other side of the mountain who would not have any toys or good food unless she helped. Then she said, "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can." And she hitched herself to the little train. She tugged and pulled and pulled and tugged, and slowly, 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 they started off. The toy clown jumped aboard, and all the dolls and the toy animals began to smile and cheer. Puff, puff, chug, chug, went the little blue engine. "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can," over and over. Up, 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 faster and faster and faster, the little engine climbed, until at last they reached the top of the mountain. Down in the valley lay the city. "Hooray, hooray," cried the funny little clown and all the dolls and toys. "The good little boys and girls in the city will be happy because you helped us, kind little blue engine." And the little blue engine smiled and seemed to say as she puffed steadily down the mountain, "I thought I could, I thought I could, I thought I could." The end. That was The Little Engine That Could by Watty Piper. Now, I hope by now that you're feeling a little more relaxed and a little more in your own space. It's okay to need your own time. It's not selfish, and it doesn't make you a bad person to need to focus on yourself. How about we read another one? This one is called Families Belong by Dan Sachs. Families belong together like a puzzle. Different sized people, one big snuggle, fitting just so together. Families sing with voices bellowing, songs that make us giggle on the back of Dad's bicycle. Making melodies together. Families gather around a heaping platter of favorite foods to share, but some fell on the chair, cleaning up the crumbs together. Families relax on blankets in the grass, listening to the wind, not saying anything. Just being nice and still together. Families spin when thunderclouds roll in. The rumbling sounds like drums. Our party has begun. Dancing hand in hand together. Families scared when no one else is there. In familiar places were making funny faces together. We laugh together, cry together, play together, try together, love together, in any weather. Families belong together. The end. Families Belong by Dan Sachs. Now, I know that I mentioned earlier, maybe we don't always get the life that we'd wanted. And maybe you feel like there wasn't a family you belonged to. But remember that we get to choose our families. We get to pick the people we surround ourselves with, the people we love, the people we care about. Remember that. Now our last story is called Prince and Knight by Daniel Hack. This one, I believe, is my favorite. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far from here, lived a charming prince who was handsome and sincere. His parents knew that soon it would be time he took the throne, but with a kingdom so grand, the prince could not rule alone. So the three of them set out and traveled far and wide on a quest to find the prince, a kind and worthy bride. The prince met many ladies, and he made them all swoon, but it was soon clear that he was singing a different tune. Thank you, he told his parents. I appreciate that you tried, but I'm looking for something different and a partner by my side. But while the royals were away, their land faced quite a scare, for a dragon fast approaching, breathing fire everywhere. All the villagers ran in fear, even the soldiers hid and fled. This vicious beast is far too great. We must retreat, or we'll be dead. The prince heard the dreadful news, and he raced home with all his might. To protect his precious realm, the prince was ready for a fight. Alas, before you fear our prince had to face the beast alone. Along on horseback came a knight, cloaked in armor that brightly shone. The dragon charged upon our heroes, thinking it had already won. But the knight had a bold idea, and raised his shield to face the sun. The glare hit the shining metal, blinding the dragon's fiery eyes. But it was what the prince did next that really caught it by surprise. The prince had climbed atop the dragon and tied a rope around its head. He wrapped the cord around the neck and down the body like a thread. The plan had worked. The dragon was caught. Its body was tied and bound, and the prince up high had lost his grip and was falling to the ground. The knight below jumped on his horse, and they began to race. The prince was caught and free from harm, held in the knight's embrace. "You saved my life, and you saved mine," they said to one another, and in a flash to each had felt there simply was no other. The knight took off his helmet to reveal his handsome face, and as they gazed into each other's eyes, their hearts began to race. As the villagers returned, it became clear to those around that the prince's one true love had at last been surely found. The king and queen had come back too, and were overwhelmed with joy. "We have finally found someone who is perfect for our boy." And on the two men's wedding day, the air filled with cheer and laughter, for the prince and his shining knight would live happily ever after. The end. The prince and knight. Now, though it may not always be in the same sense of the prince, maybe you feel like you don't have a place in this world, but I promise you that you do. And whatever it is that makes you feel different, or makes you different, embrace the difference. And embrace that none of us are the same. And if we were, life would be really boring. And know that you are okay, that this is a safe space, and you can always return here when you need it. Remember that if no one has told you today, I'm proud of you. You're doing great things. And today, you're kicking its butt. Tomorrow, the same.